Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we digging into today?
Today we're going behind the glitz and glam of the jewelry business.
Ooh, sounds sparkly.
It is, but sometimes all that glitters.
Isn't gold.
Exactly. We're going to uncover some of the hidden pitfalls in jewelry retail.
The stuff they don't tell you in the glossy brochures.
Right. And get this, we're basing this whole deep dive on a massive analysis of customer reviews.
Wow, how many are we talking?
50 retailers, from big luxury brands to smaller online shops, the whole spectrum.
Okay, so we're talking about real people, real experiences.
Absolutely. And by the end, you'll know exactly what to watch out for, whether you're buying a diamond ring or just a simple silver chain. No more buyer's remorse.
Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to spending our hard-earned money.
Okay, let's jump right in. I think we've all had that experience. You buy a piece of jewelry, you're super excited about it, and then it tarnishes way too fast.
Or the clasp breaks, or the stones start falling out.
Ugh, the worst. It's supposed to be special, not falling apart after a few wears, right?
Exactly. And this was a recurring theme in the customer reviews. A lot of people complaining about, like, thin plating, especially on silver necklaces.
Oh yeah, I've definitely experienced that. Is it like, are brands cutting corners to save money, do you think?
Could be. One brand in particular got called out a lot for that. Customers felt they were sacrificing quality to boost profits.
And that feeling of being cheated, it just totally ruins the experience, right?
Totally. Jewelry is an emotional purchase. It's supposed to be special.
So is there a way companies can, make sure the quality is actually there? Like, how can they avoid this?
Well, imagine if there was a system that could flag potential design flaws before they even started production.
Oh, that would be amazing. Like catching it before it becomes a problem.
Right. And then picture this. Automatic quality checks at every single step of the manufacturing process.
Okay, so it's like a safety net to make sure each piece meets a certain standard.
Precisely. And that's actually where technology like PYRO software comes in.
Ah, so it's not just about hoping for the best. There's actual tech that can help.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of it and helps ensure consistent quality.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that can make or break your experience, let's talk about customer service.
Ooh, yes, that can be a big one.
Have you ever walked into one of those luxury stores and just felt completely ignored?
Like you didn't belong there.
Exactly, like you're being judged based on your clothes or something.
Unfortunately, that happens more often than you'd think. We saw so many reviews mentioning this.
Really, like even in high-end stores.
Even there was one review, this person was trying to return a faulty item,
Okay.
and they felt like they were being profiled based on what they were wearing. Like the staff didn't believe they could afford to shop there.
Ugh, that's awful. So what can businesses do? How do they create a more welcoming environment for everyone?
Well, imagine if the staff knew your past purchases or your preferences.
Ooh, as soon as you walked in.
Exactly. Like, welcome back. We know you love silver earrings. We just got a new collection in.
Okay, that would be impressive.
Yeah.
And way less intimidating than feeling judged.
Right. And that's where a good CRM system comes in.
CRM. Sorry, remind me what that is.
Customer relationship management. It helps businesses track customer interactions and preferences.
Oh, okay. So it's like personalized service makes you feel valued.
Exactly. And PYRO, their software offers that too. Plus, it can actually free up managers' time to actually train their staff properly.
So they have time to focus on good customer service, not just paperwork.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered quality issues, bad customer service. Now let's talk about another online shopping nightmare, misleading product descriptions.
Oh, tell me you haven't fallen victim to that one.
Oh, so many times. I remember buying a ring online once. It looked huge in the picture, but tiny. When it arrived, it was like, immature. The description was so vague, I felt totally misled.
Yeah, that's a classic. And it was a major pain point in those reviews, too. People getting jewelry that looked nothing like the photos.
Or like the materials weren't described properly.
Right. And a lot of that comes down to outdated systems, where the website isn't synced with the actual inventory.
So you see one thing online, but what they actually have is different.
Exactly.
So how do we fix that disconnect? What you see versus what you get.
Seamless data flow. That's the key.
Okay, so like making sure everything's talking to each other.
Exactly. PYRO software, for example, it can sync a retailer's website with their inventory system.
So everything matches. No more surprises.
No more surprises.
I love that. Okay, let's move on to another universal shopping frustration, returns and refunds.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
Who hasn't faced a confusing return policy or struggled to get their money back?
It's the worst. And the reviews were full of complaints about this. Unclear policies, difficulties getting refunds.
Some companies make it so hard to even initiate a return.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's the documentation. Sometimes it feels like they're asking for your life story.
It's so frustrating. So is there any way to make this whole process smoother, less of a hassle for everyone?
Absolutely. Imagine being able to track your return, like, in real time.
Oh, so you know exactly where it is.
Yes. And when you can expect your refund, PYRO actually offers tools that automate the whole return process.
So it's all transparent and efficient.
Exactly, for both the customer and the retailer.
Love it. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about stock availability.
Ah, yes, the dreaded out-of-stock notification.
There's nothing worse than finding the perfect piece. You're so excited, and then bam, it's gone.
Talk about a mood killer. And again, this often comes down to inventory systems not talking to each other.
So like you see it online, but the store doesn't actually have it.
Yep. Or the other way around. It creates so much confusion and delay, and ultimately just disappointed customers.
So how can retailers make sure what we see online is actually available in real time?
Real-time inventory updates. That's the key. PYRO, for example, they offer a Shopify plugin that syncs inventory every 30 seconds.
Whoa, every 30 seconds. That's impressive.
It is. So you know exactly what's available and can avoid that frustrating out-of-stock experience.
Amazing. Okay, so we've uncovered some serious pitfalls today. Quality concerns, bad customer service, misleading descriptions, tricky returns, and stock issues.
It's a lot to watch out for.
It's like a minefield. But we've also seen that a lot of these pitfalls can be avoided, right?
Absolutely. Whether it's implementing a system like PYRO or finding other solutions, it's about prioritizing the customer experience.
And building trust.
Exactly. Because in the end, a happy customer is a loyal customer.
That's a great takeaway. But beyond these specific issues, what other factors do you think could impact someone's experience with a jewelry retailer?
That's a good question. I think it goes beyond just the transaction, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are the brand's values? Are they ethical? Sustainable? Those things matter more and more to people.
Totally. It's about finding a brand that aligns with your own personal values.
Exactly. It's about the whole experience, not just the shiny object.
Well said. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive today. Hopefully you've all learned some valuable tips on navigating the jewelry world.
And maybe avoided some future headaches.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.